motherfucking music.
Hello there, pumpers. How are you all doing on this wonderful hot ass day? I am Robert DeMarco, and I am here with you, or for you, and to you, in front of you, for another episode of Cooking Up and Pumps with me, myself, and I, Mr. Robert DeMarco. I am here for a quick video today. We are going to be making a quick dish, a good dish, but a quick one. If this is your first time tuning in to my show, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video and to this channel. And I would greatly appreciate that. If you are a diehard pumper, you have been rolling with me since the Alfredo potato video. Hey boo, I love you. I missed you since last week or whatever. But yeah, hey y'all, thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. We're going to have a little bit of a quick video today. We're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm just going to be talking just a little bit or whatever. We're going to get in and out of this motherfucking shit or whatever. First of all, I know that y'all looking at me like, what the fuck's going on? But I'm going to explain that in a minute, okay? Okay, so here we go. For those of you who are first time tuning in to this show, you know that this show is called Up and Pump, so that means that this show has to involve a pump. I'm going to be introducing my supporting cast, which is my shoe. But I also have on today, like I told you last week, I had a special guest. I have a special guest on today. So we'll be getting into that as well, okay? So let me go ahead and introduce you to my supporting cast, okay? Okay, here we go. I gotta put this damn knife down. I don't try to think I'm crazy or whatever. But we go ahead and put this down. I was just cutting up a little bit of something, but I will get to that in a minute. So here is my supporting cast. I gotta hold on to the counter because this bitch is high today. Oh, here she goes. Just a simple shoe. She is actually blush. I guess it comes across, oh, I'm trying to see my, yeah. It comes across as nude, but it's blush. It's like a blush color. 7 inches or whatever. It's not as comfortable as my other. Usually the higher the heel, the more comfortable it is for me. But this bitch is hard to work with sometimes. She be in her little moods or whatever, and she don't want to motherfucking work with me or whatever. So here she go. But we about to go ahead and make this dish for y'all, okay? So let me go ahead and get her back. I want to go ahead and introduce you to the special guest that I say we had today. Last week we had the bitch who was kind of crouching down in her shoes or whatever. I still ain't came up with a name for her. I don't know who the hell she is, but she was just joining me on the show last week. This week I have another special guest, and here she go. This the bitch right here. Hence the outfit that I'm wearing today. I just thought I'd give, you know, since she was joining me on the show, I wanted to kind of, you know, give her essence or whatever. So I kind of let her style me for today or whatever. So this is what I, you know, she styled me. I don't know what her name is either. Okay? I really don't give a fuck, because this is Cooking Up and Pumps with Robert DeMarco. Okay? So anyway, we're going to have her in with us today, doing a little bit of whatever. And that's it. Let's get this show started. So today we're making some macaroni and cheese. Okay? I said it's a quick meal. A quick dish that I'm going to show you. It's actually going with what I'm cooking as a full meal, but I thought, well, maybe you guys wanted to see my motherfucking macaroni and cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and get you in on this right here. Now, you know, I always tell you all, with a lot of my dishes, if not all of my dishes, it don't take all of that. You can get the taste you looking for, you know, when you go to them soul food restaurants, or you go over grandma's house or whatever, and you want just a good ass macaroni and cheese, not too motherfucking dry, or not you just want your shit to be right. Well, this is the right motherfucking macaroni and cheese right here on this wonderful day. So we're gonna go ahead and make macaroni and cheese. Who's with me? Okay? I'm gonna introduce you to the ingredients. Let me go ahead and finish chopping this up. I've already pre-made my elbow noodles, but you will need some elbow noodles. of course, because you're making macaroni and cheese. Okay. You will need a can of cream of mushroom soup. Yes, beach. You will need a can of cream of mushroom soup. Okay. And you will need a can of pet milk. Now, man, mind you, you're making Robert DeMarco's macaroni and cheese, the best motherfucking macaroni and cheese there is in town. So I'm trying to turn you on to some game. Okay. So those are the things you need. Of course, you're gonna need some Lowry seasoning salt. You're gonna need some just regular black pepper. You need 3 blocks of cheese. Now, in my macaroni and cheese, I use 2 sharp cheddar and 1 mild cheddar, okay? Sometimes I use all sharp depending on how the fuck I feel for the day. But most times I use 2 sharp, 1 mild, okay? I use a half a box of this. I've already pre-made my noodles, but I used a little bit more than half, a little bit more than half of this. And so those are already done. I just need to drain those off. Do not rinse them. Do not rinse your noodles. Cook them according to the package for al dente about 7 minutes. Do not overcook them because them bitches gonna be cooking again when you put them in the oven. So that 7 minutes is plenty for those. And you know when it's done enough or al dente. Okay. And then, like I said, I went ahead and I pre-chopped my my cheese already too. You will need a badass casserole dish. Now, you can use a silver pan if you're making it for a party, or you can use, you know, a regular long glass Pyrex or whatever. But this bitch right here, I think I made my baked macaroni and cheese in here for y'all. But this bitch right here makes the best macaroni and cheese. Okay? I'm just telling you. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe because it's porcelain or whatever, or some type of reaction. I don't know, and I really don't give a fuck. But this bitch make a badass macaroni and cheese, okay? So let's go ahead and get that going. I'm going to transfer my things over to the table so you all can see me put this bitch together. I left out an ingredient, okay? I'm so sorry. I'm moving so much. I'm just moving so much. You need you about 3 eggs, okay? Get you 3 motherfucking eggs. Ooh, I'm just dropping stuff. Get you 3 eggs out also. So let's recap, okay? You will need a little more than half of a box of elbow noodles, okay? You will need a can of pet milk, as well as a can of cream of mushroom. You will need seasoning salt and black pepper. You will need 3 packs or 3 blocks of Kraft cheese. You want the medium or mild cheddar, 1 block of mild cheddar, 2 blocks of sharp cheddar, okay? Get that all chopped up all evenly. You need you 3 eggs, okay? And a badass casserole dish. Get this moved over, okay? Now I gotta address something too, okay? So, I don't mean to be, you know, I don't like to pat myself on the back and gloat and be egotistical and all of that bullshit. But I had a person that, you know, that decided to go ahead and inbox me. And I know the bitch, I don't know if she was trying to be funny or not or whatever, but I just still always want to keep my guards up. So I was, you know, I posted my painting on my little Instagram, you know, for those of you at the bottom, Robert DeMarco, follow me there too. But I posted it on my Instagram or whatever, and she gonna send me a little inbox and was like, oh, that's a cute painting. What painting of Twitch did you do that at? No, beach. I didn't do anything at a painting of Twitch. I did it at my house. Okay? My house. I sit at my goddamn table, drink my wine or my Hennessy, and paint my motherfucking pictures. I'm probably going to paint another one later on today. But this is done at my house. I don't do it at a painting of a twist. Painting with a twist or whatever the fuck that is. It's nice and cute maybe to try that one day. Never been there. But I didn't do that there. So just to be clear, these little special guest bitches that I'm bringing in here to talk to you motherfuckers ain't got nothing to do with painting of a twist. Okay. So I'm about to move this shit over here. We get this macaroni and cheese going. Let's go. Okay. So I have my pasta already drained. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to my casserole dish. Okay? Okay? Now, I always make more pasta than I know that I would need, but I think today I made just the right amount, or whatever. But you could always make more if you feel as though you might need more pasta, or you're making a bigger dish or whatever. But I don't ever want to make too less, because you don't want to have cheese featuring macaroni noodles. You want to make sure you have an equal balance of noodles and cheese, because it's called macaroni and cheese, so some bitches need to work together, okay? So, I got my pasta in here. Now, the first thing I always do is I add my can of cream of mushroom. Now, people are probably like, "Ooh, I didn't know you put cream of mushroom in there. Why you put cream of mushroom in there?" Okay, so this is basically for a flavoring agent, or I guess a seasoning for me. It adds a flavor to it that kind of complements that sharp cheddar. It's not like these motherfuckers got big ass mushrooms in it and all of that. It basically adds that flavor that I need, as well as coats my noodles, so that I don't have no dry ass macaroni and cheese, or just macaroni noodles in there with a few pieces of cheese here and there. I always go ahead and add that can of cream of mushroom first, because the noodles are still kind of warm, and that helps it to disperse itself a little better. Kind of melts it down a little bit. Okay, and so once you got this cream of mushroom soup evenly mixed, you can kind of see that the noodles are all covered in this mushroom soup, has touched all of the noodles. That's what you want. Okay, you want to go ahead and add half of this cheese. Okay, now I say half because the other half is going to go on top. I don't like to just, some people just put all the cheese on the inside and say that the top is going to boil up and all that. It may will, but I like to have me a little bit of extra added security. Go ahead and mix that cheese in. Kind of get that evenly distributed. You don't want no, like a big cluster of chunks in one spot. Although sometimes that is not, you're not able to avoid that, but try your best to get this shit mixed in. Get some down to the bottom, make sure some in the middle. You know how to mix some shit up. Okay, get that going. Cause don't nobody like no macaroni and cheese when there ain't no motherfucking cheese throughout, and you don't need to buy no Velveeta and all that. When I say it don't take all that, you don't have to make no motherfucking 8 cheese macaroni and cheese, 20 cheese macaroni and cheese shit. You don't need that, because after a while, all that shit is going to start canceling each other out. I think I watched some chef who said, you know, after about maybe 3 to 4 cheeses, your ass is going to end up tasting just the main cheese that's in there, which is usually the shark. So don't do all, you don't need all of that. Don't go out there and waste all your money and all that, putting sour cream and ranch dressing and shit in there. You wasting your shit. It don't take all that, and that is not going to give you the macaroni and cheese that you're looking for from way back when, or from when you go to that restaurant that got some good ass macaroni and cheese. This bitch right here is gonna set you straight. So we got that cheese that we want on the inside, all kind of all distributed throughout that bitch, I can't even talk today. All that cheese is distributed the way that it needs to be throughout this macaroni and cheese. See, that sounds much better. Okay, at this point, I go in and I season this shit. Okay, I add the black pepper, just cover the top, not cover, but you know, see, sprinkle over the top, and then do the same thing with your seasoning salt. Okay, just cover the top with that. Okay, go ahead and mix that in. See, this shit is about mixing. Okay, it ain't gonna mix it motherfucking self, so you gotta mix it. Okay, once that seasoning is mixed through, you want to go in and start adding your milk. Now I start off with a half of can of milk. Okay, go ahead and mix that in. Like I told you, you mix it. You see that it starts to get real creamy, and it kind of makes its own cheese sauce, if you will, because you got all that cheese in there and that cream of mushroom mixed with that milk. It starts to make its own kind of sauce, and that's what you want to be in there throughout these motherfuckers. Pour your eggs. You want to take your egg, 3 of them here, and you want to lightly beat them. You ain't got to just beat them to death, but you want to lightly beat them to kind of get them loosened up. And then go ahead and pour that on off up in here. Okay? Mix that up. Alright, now once you have that egg well incorporated throughout this, go ahead and kind of spread this evenly in your dish. Okay? Go ahead and add your milk into that. Kind of move it around so that milk can get down in there. You want your macaroni to look moist before it goes into the oven, because if it looks like just noodles and cheese, that shit is going to separate the fuck out and it's going to be noodles and cheese on your plate. That's just what it's going to be. You want this bitch to be moist and well seasoned with your cream of mushroom, your pet milk, your salt, your pepper. Go ahead and spread it out again. You see how moist that is, okay? Now, you go in and you add the rest of your cheese that you had left over onto the top. Just spread it out, okay? You don't have to cover every inch of it, but just spread it out. Now, mind you, when I cut this cheese up, I try to cut them in even little cubes, if you will, or rectangles, so that they will melt evenly. Okay. You set your oven to 350 degrees. Put this bitch in the oven on 350 degrees for 45 to 50 minutes. And then you will have a badass macaroni and cheese. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. Once it is done, I will take it out and I will be back with you guys with some little YouTube magic. This should be done in a minute. Okay, so it's been about 50 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and look at this. Okay, it's ready to come out. Go ahead and... Ooh, baby. Look at that. You see that bubbling around the edges? Look at that macaroni and cheese. Oh, shit. Thought I had wasted some grease or whatever. But anyway, go ahead and put this over here. So when you take it out of the oven, you're going to want to let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes to kind of come back together. Same way we do lasagna. You don't want to just cut directly into the shit. You got to let it sit and let it rest and settle and all that good shit. So in about 10 to 15 minutes, I will come back. I will taste it. And we will go from there. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes. And I want to go ahead and taste this macaroni and cheese for you all. So, play. Come on over here. I gotta step down a little bit because these heels are so high and I got this little hairpiece on. Or whatever. But look, you see that top layer of cheese there? And you see how creamy it is? It's steaming. Look at that. Look at the cheese all throughout. Look at that. Ooh, the plate is hot because this shit's been sitting, but it's still hot. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and taste this for y'all. I know it's good, but I'm going to taste this shit anyway. Look at that. All that. Go ahead and show y'all the cheese and how that's melted. Creamy, moist. Y'all know this shit right here. I'm getting ready to my God.